On Thursday, the 28th of March, the Human Rights Officer at the German Foreign Ministry, Mr. Markus Löning, published a statement expressing his concerns on the health and condition of Kasra Nouri and Saleh Moradi, two Gonabadi dervishes who are imprisoned and have been on hunger strike for over 80 days. He has requested the Islamic Republic of Iran to stop the repression of minority dervishes through means such as arresting, discrimination, the demolition of places of worship, and preventing religious ceremonies. Furthermore, he requested the fundamental rights of all citizens to be obeyed, and respect for all citizens regardless of their religion and ethnicity, and for the immediate release of prisoners who have been detained solely because of their religious orientations. On Sunday, the 31st of March, the mother of political prisoner Gholamreza Khosravi Savajani sent two separate letters addressed to the United Nations Secretary-General Ban Ki-moon and the United Nations Special Rapporteur for Human Rights in Iran, Ahmed Shahid, thanking them for their efforts, but informing them that the measures taken so far have not been successful. On Thursday, 28th of March, Mohammad Sadiq Kabudvand wrote a letter from prison requesting more efficient actions to be carried out in order to preserve human rights in Iran. Mr. Mohammad Sadiq Kabudvand has stated that there isn't enough information available regarding the recent report by Ahmed Shahid, the United Nations Special Rapporteur for Human Rights in Iran, and added that this report is highly valuable in the sense that it shows how widespread and systematic the human rights violations taking place in Iran are. On Tuesday, 2nd of April, the Stockholm branch of the International Organization to Preserve Human Rights in Iran held a street protest in front of the Iranian embassy in Stockholm to support Darwish's lawyers and journalists who are in solitary confinement in Tehran's Evin prison and Shiraz's Adel Abad prison.
More than 75 Kurdish journalists, political and civil rights activists have published a statement demanding the release of the detained journalist in Kurdistan, Iran. Saeed Matipour, author and journalist from city of Zanjan, after 4 years of being in section 350 of Evin prison, has been deprived from his minimum prison rights. Matipour is a graduate in philosophy from Tehran University, and he is a member of weekly magazine Yar Paga and Moj Bidari, an activist and a blogger. His charges are for traveling to Turkey and communicating with foreigners outside of Iran. On the Monday, the 1st of April, the Information Police announced 20 instructions about increasing the security of user data, and therefore the Internet Service Managers, such as the Cafe Internet, are required to take action within the next 15 days from the date of announcement of these 20 notifications. From Wednesday, the 3rd of April, the male and female television actors and presenters have to be segregated in a live TV program.
On Saturday, 29th of March 2013, families of the Darwish prisoners stated that in the Evin prison of Tehran and Adel Abad prison of Shiraz, the Ministry of Intelligence Services have asked the imprisoned Darwishes to declare that they are not Darwish, and nor are they related to the Nematollahi Gonabadi Darwishes, and that they have acted independently. At the moment, 11 members of the Nematollahi Gonabadi Darwishes, including lawyers and managers of the website Majzoban-e-Noor, are imprisoned in the Evin prison and the Adel Abad prison. On Sunday, the 31st of March, Kasra Nouri and Saleh Moradi who were on the 75th day of their hunger strike, were transferred to the detention office by security forces. They remained there for several hours of interrogation, beatings, and solitary confinement in an attempt to break their hunger strike. However, after a group of dervishes gathered in front of the intelligence office detention building, they were transferred back to the Adel-Abad prison. Recently, there has been pressure put on Baha'i prisoners in Semnan city by the Intelligence Security Service and other officials to prevent the efforts of the families of the prisoners working towards their freedom. Furthermore, Baha'i prisoners in Semnan are not allowed to use the prison yard, libraries, clubs, stores, or telephone, and are kept separate from the rest of the prisoners. The security services of the Payam Noor University in the city of Urumqi have threatened Kurdish students that if they do not cooperate with the security agencies of the city, they will be expelled from the university and jailed. According to reports, Jahan Ala Karam, a philosophy professor at the University of Payam Noor in the city of Mahabad, Kurdistan, has left the country and settled in Turkey due to the extreme pressure placed upon him by the security forces. He has also been involved in several different student publications and in human rights activities for some time. Last week, the mother and brother of the prisoner Misar Yazden Najad, a student studying interpreting who was arrested in February 2012, have been put under pressure by the Security Intelligence Service agents in order to give a TV interview. However, the mother, Mrs. Akram Al-Sadat Sanjari, has refused to do so. As a result, she has been threatened with the death penalty by the court for showing resistance in front of the forces. Mr. Kamran Daneshju, who is the Secretary of the Ministry of Science, Research and Technology of Iran, in response to critics of gender segregation in universities, has stated the following: "In order for us to have Islamic universities, therefore the shape, appearance and morals within the university must be based on the Islamic rules." On Wednesday, the 27th of March, 8 people were arrested in the city of Parver. Motasem Shafai, Mohammed Negari, Jahan Baksh Ahmadi, Ghane Hatami, Aras Hatami, Babek Abbasi, Pedram Gaderian, and Govoran Bahrami were transferred to the Disalbad prison in the city of Kermanshah. On Monday, the 1st of April, Ghazi Haidari, a political activist and an Arabic speaker, who is currently spending his 10 years sentence in the Karun prison in Ahvaz, was sentenced to an additional 5 years imprisonment. On Sunday, the 31st of March, Abraham Nuri, an English-language translation student and a civil rights activist for Azerbaijan, was summoned to court by the judiciary of Ahar city. As the 8-year anniversary of the protest of Arab citizens in the city of Khuzestan against the letter written to the President of the Islamic Republic of Iran approaches, more than 160 people across the state of Khuzestan have been arrested. On Wednesday, the 3rd of April, 2 civil rights activists from Azerbaijan, named Mehdi Kukian and Abbas Valizadeh, were prosecuted in Branch 1 of the Revolutionary Court of Maraghe. They were sentenced to 1 year and 8 years imprisonment, charged with propaganda against the Islamic Republic, Islamic blasphemy, and insulting the leaders of the government. On Sunday, the 31st of March, Behnam Khodadadi, a Labour activist and member of the Construction of Electrical Employees of Esfahan, was fired due to a lecture he gave on the 20th of March to Labour activists in the Taheri Camp Hall in Kangan. In the past week, the Coordinating Committee to Help Form Workers' Organisations published a statement asking the families of the arrested Labour activists and other groups to protest opposite the Revolutionary Court in Sanandaj city on the 30th and 31st of March against the imprisonment of labour activists and to demand their release. According to reports received by a new employer and shareholder of the petrochemical company in Kurdistan, Mr. Kabela Sori has fired 10 of the company's experienced employees. Also, on Friday the 1st of March, the employees of the named company stopped working for 12 days due to unpaid wages. However, the strike ended without any positive result for the employees.
Mehdi Khazali, a political prisoner who was arrested on the 30th of October 2012 for no given reason, is in his 90th day of hunger strike. Currently, he is being kept in section 209 of Evin prison, a cell which is only 2 by 2 meters. Despite all the efforts made, the Ministry of Intelligence Service has not come to a conclusion to release him on bail. On the 31st of March, security officers were at multiple location checkpoints in the city of Salmas, threatening and harassing all the citizens in an excuse to search for illegal goods and human traffickers. The health of millions of Iranians is at risk due to the lack of international standards of distributing food and fruits. It must be noted that the Iranian Ministry of Health has not shown any action towards this problem. Muhammad Taqi Misbah Yazdi, known as a clergy and a psychologist, has announced that the music is the most important factor in road accidents in Iran. On the 28th of March, this clergy said, listening to dance music has a destructive effect on people. Ayatollah Hassan Momdohi, a member of Clergy Association in Qom and the Council of Experts, stated that the use of the mobile telecom company Ritel will increase corruption in today's society of Iran. Ritel is one of the first mobile phone operators in Iran which has introduced a very high-speed internet access. Mehdi Farahi Shandis, a labor and teachers' rights activist who is serving a 3-year sentence in Evin prison, has spent more than 2 months in a solitary confinement. He has been accused of insulting the supreme leader and disrupting the order in the society. On the 20th of March, the first day of the Persian New Year, Mir Hossein Mousavi and his wife Zahra Rahnavard were allowed to visit their daughters, but they were not allowed to visit or make any telephone contact with the rest of their families. Mehdi Koukhian, a political prisoner in Maraghan prison, is suffering from kidney failure and is in a critical condition. The prison authorities are not willing to give him any medical treatment. On Monday the 1st of April, Sayyid Zia Nawabi was put under great pressure by the intelligence service of Ahvaz to deny the statement he wrote about Muhammad Ali Umari, who is a civil rights activist and has been sentenced to execution. The security forces did not allow the funeral of Mr. Sadr Haj Sayyid Jawad to take place, who passed away in Tehran Aban Hospital. He was one of the oldest Iranian human rights and political activists. On Tuesday the 2nd of April, Mitra Pulshajari, the daughter of Muhammad Reza Pulshajari, who is in prison because of his faith, stated that her father has desperately needed medical treatment for the past 6 months. However, prison authorities have not taken any action towards his request for treatment. Shirkuh Mu'arafi, a Kurdish political prisoner who has been sentenced to death and has asked the Sarandaj Amnesty Commissioner to review his case, has not received any response from them and is still on death row. On the 21st of March, 10 Kurdish citizens were arrested and sent to Urumia Central Prison for 1 month by the Urumia Intelligence Service. They were charged with cooperating with Kurdish parties who are in the opposition to the Islamic Republic of Iran. According to the latest statistic released by the police and anti-drug campaign, 1,369 kilograms of drugs are discovered every day in Iran. Also, on average, every hour 27 cases of dangerous drug traffickers are formed by the police forces. The Iranian police forces, Fatah, has announced that any sports, prediction or SMS competition will be considered as gambling and will be treated according to the Islamic punishment laws. The human rights activist Mansour Naghipur, who is detained in Ward 350 of Evin prison, has been denied from going on leave, despite all the promises made by officials to him. The mother of Sattar Beheshti, a blogger who died inside of a prison, has sent a Nowruz Persian New Year message to fellow Iranians, calling for immediate attention to her son's murder case, in which has been closed by the authorities.
این جانب مادر ستار بهشتی و مردم ایران عید سال تبریک میگم. این عید اوله که بدون ستارم، عید گذوندم در چیز آقا ستار، مشکی پوشم، عزادار آقا ستارم. هیچ مسئولی تا حال هیچ کس از وقتی ستار من کشته شده پلو من نیومدن. میخوام یک دادگاهی علنی باشه و مردمی و عادلانه از آقای باقی و آقای منتظری کمال تشکر دارم که به دیدن من اومدن. از مادرها عید رو بهشون تبریک میگم، تک به تک صورتهای ماهشون رو میبوسم. چی از راننده‌های رباط قدیم که منو میبرن، هر روز این رای منه، هر روز اینا منو میبرن، هر وقت میبینن دوباره برم میگردونن. واقعا کمال تشکر دارم. عید سال بهشون تبریک میگم. واقعا از همه کمال تشکر دارم. از روزی که ستار من کشته شد پشتیبان من بودن. واقعا مردم خیلی ازشون ممنونم که پشتیبانم بودن. واقعا از مسئولین تا حال هیچ کس از وقتی ستار من کشته شد به دیدن من نیومدن. یک مادری داغ دیده هستم، رنج کشیده هستم، پرستارم بود، همه کسم بود، نون آورم بود، بیگناه کشتنش هیچ کس نیومد در بال من باز کنه. آیا چرا؟ آیا میخوام ببینم بچه‌های من گناهشون چیه؟ آیا نه فقط ستار من، هزارون ستارا یه عدسی 4 قسمت کنن، 4 قسمت 4 قسمت دیگر کنن، بدن با مادرای خودشون، جای مادرای ستارها بذارن، ببینن اونا چی میکشن. آیا مادر ستار روزا با قبر ستاره، شبا با عکس ستاره. 4 ماه ستار من کشته شده، هنوز خواب و آسایش خوب نکردم، با عکساش دارم زندگی میکنم. چرا؟ آیا گناه بچه من چی بود؟ اندازه ریگی نبود بچه من؟ گناه بچه من اندازه ریگی 6 ماه بادجویی داشت. آیا بچه من گناه چی بود 4 روز کشته بشه؟ آیا چرا 4 روزه کشته بشه؟ گناه چی بوده؟ گناهش به من بگن. منم مادر همین بچم، من حاضرم منو بیان به رگبار ببندن، من مادر همینم. اگه این گناهکاره منم گناهکارم. اگه مادرای همه بچه ها گناهکارن، خب مادراشون هم گناهکاره. مادراشون هم به رگبار ببندین. من حاضرم. یکی دیگر در راه ایران بدم، ستار که در راه ایران دادم، یکی دیگر رو بدم، از پرونده ستار نمیگذرم. خواهش میکنم، تمنا میکنم، تقاضا میکنم از مسئولیان، از اونایی که دست کارن، خواهش میکنم، تمنا میکنم این سال جدید پرونده بچه من علنی و مردمی باشه. اینه عروس آقای منتظری به من هدیه دادن. من او اسفنده، من آوردم اینجا گذاشتم که شهدا یا کسی چش نزنه و ستارم. آیا میخوام ببینم سعید زینالی گناه چی بوده که مادرش میاد اینجا رو سینه من گریه میکنه؟ آیا مستعین بهنود چی گناه چی بوده که مادرش میگه من واقعا تو رو میبینم چیز میشم؟ آیا سوراب گناه چی بوده؟ آیا مصطفی گناه چی بوده؟ آیا من دوست دارم تمام زندانیا که دخترن تو زندان اینو به خانه‌داری کنن. این جوانایی که تو زندان داریم اینا به خانه‌داری بکنن، ازدواج کنن. آیا گناه اینا چیه که تو زندانه؟ ما مملکتمون بیست بچه‌هامون آزاد باشن، زندانی نکشن، اصلا زندانی نداشته باشیم. چرا؟ دخترامون باید شوهرداری کنن، خانه‌داری کنن، بچه داری کنن. جوانامون هم همینطور. اونا که زن بچه دارن باید زن بچه‌شون نگهداری کنن، نه زن بچه‌هاشون آسایش نداشته باشن، زیر شکنجه باشن. چرا؟ جوانای ما گناهشون چیه که زیر شکنجه؟ بچه من 4 روزه زیر شکنجه کشته شد، بیگناه. منم مادر همین فرزندم، منم حاضرم به رگبار ببندنم. یه دونه دارم، یه دونه هم در راه ایران میدم، ستار در راه ایران دادم. یه دونه در راه ایران میدم، یه دختری دارم، اما از پرونده ستارم نمیگذرم. نه فقط ستار من، همه ستارا. من بجای جانب مادرها همه وکیلم که بچه هاشون مثل منن. من تمام بوده اونا مادرها اونا میگم.